Hey guys, this is Breezy. Breezy here.
And this is Danny.
Welcome to Spectrum Podcast.
Meow.
Second episode of the new year. Oh yeah.
2023 coming in wet.
Coming in wet, dude. Out
Yeah.
here in Cali, we are used to dry. It is wet.
It's, ungodly.
Reminded me of the
Dangerously
97, 98 El Nino in my hometown of Truckee, where it was like similar time of the year, December to January kind of. And we had snow already. Then it rained on that snow and all the snow melted and it kept raining. And every creek turned into like a raging river. And the river in my hometown just like enveloped things like gasoline or gas stations and like there's like a whole island of a Chevron station and stuff. Yeah, water was inundating all over the places.
That's insane. That's what happened here.
And so I was like, I think this is one of those kind of events. I don't even know if this is El Nino, but it is freaking El Weto.
Good one. You should start writing jokes and selling them.
Thank you. Someone might buy them if I show up at an open mic. Prepared for once.
Fuck, man. Yeah, the whole West Coast is fucking biting it right now. Pretty hard. So I was doing some research and I wanted to find out how much damage has already been calculated from San Francisco. Not even Oregon or just California alone. But the coast of California has already estimated up to $34 billion in damage.
$34 billion.
Yeah.
In the coastal areas alone. Yeah, but that makes sense. I mean, just this community is a pretty wealthy one and tons of homes that are probably valued between like 800,000 and like upward of 2 million or near 2 million all got flooded. And then I saw at least one Tesla that was like fully flooded in a shot. I saw at least one Tesla that was in the middle of a debris flow.
Yeah, it wasn't even water. It was just like, it lived there now.
And then they were referring to it as the Tesla slide. I was like, sure, that owner loves that. You could like make out their license plate numbers. They're like, damn it, it is mine.
Did you see that this is a good year for Tesla. I mean, with that fucking Tesla that dad drove off the cliff.
Oh,
did you hear about that?
That the guy that got in trouble because everybody
he's in trouble now.
Made it out without a scratch.
Yeah.
You know what he was trying to do?
What was he trying to do?
A couple years ago, there was this woman and her wife driving an SUV with their like 3 kids, and she plummeted that son of a bitch same way off a cliff, and they all fucking died, and it was sad. One of her kids had been in some semi-viral like video on TikTok or something, so people were kind of like feeling it more. But that shit ended in fury.
And it wasn't a Tesla?
No, man, it was probably like a fucking Suburban.
Alex and I decided that we're going to get a Tesla. No, and then now the Tesla slide. That Tesla is like pretty...
Yo, it's sitting there.
It just sat there.
It is.
None of the windows are broken.
It literally looks as fresh as it could be on a lot, only if that lot had mud.
It has like a perfect
debris and rock up until just the windows.
It's like not even dented. I mean, probably underneath where it is, but on top it looks almost intact.
What you would expect is that with as much pressure as on the doors, that maybe some of them would have given way. But this just looks like a Tesla sitting there, just nice and pretty, wrapped up in its dirt blanket.
It looks comfortable.
Yeah, it does look comfortable.
Snuggled.
For real. They got multiple angles. I was like, I mean, I almost wonder
see the
if it
inside.
won't drive after. It is electric. It's got to be somewhat different of a system. I don't know. Someone get at us. Can you drive an EV, an electric vehicle that has been completely inundated by mud or water after? Is this like a case by case? Or is it as royally fucked as I assume every other gas vehicle that I saw completely like flooded is?
Well, think about Buffalo, New York, right? Just a city in New York.
Oh, They got hit hard by that last storm when it was like nice here.
In December, yeah.
Bro, we were like having 75-degree weather. I was like sweating my ass off in San Simeon, and people would be dying in Buffalo, New York to like
just
blizzards.
Walking, yeah.
Or just like dying from asphyxiation because they're like trying to stay warm in their car at night.
That's fucked.
And your tailpipe gets clogged by snow. And then you basically die like someone in the garage on purpose, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so their damages are from 180 to 210 billion dollars.
Whoa.
So yeah, can you imagine what our damage? Just put that in like a scale
That,
as far as damages.
You're saying all of New York or only Buffalo, New York?
Buffalo, New York.
Itself estimated that much in damages from those blizzards?
Yes.
Holy shit, dude. Floods are a bit more detrimental to property, generally speaking, than blizzards in my experience and small knowledge. Very small. People, I don't know much. I really, really don't know shit.
Well, from the 34 billion damages in California from flooding, power outages, landslides, fallen trees, road closures, cars and homes is 34. And we're in one of the richest fucking states. $34 billion from in those 2 days. 4.
I mean,
San Francisco's getting rained on as we speak right now.
this is the kind of thing you need to have happen in what we call first world OECD developed countries. All of us countries that are making the most carbon have been sort of not having to show up to the table because we've been generally seeing less of the ill effects of climate change as rapidly as some of the more like poorer countries in the world. You can look at like what happened with the
just
historic
fucking Florida,
bro.
I mean,
But like the flooding in Pakistan and like stuff like that shit. Like so many people die when it happens.
that was
places like
millions of people.
Right, like lots and lots of people get displaced. Lots and lots of people die. Many months after, people were still dying from like cholera and shit because they had standing water in places where there's just nowhere to drain to, and then bring on the mosquitoes. I mean, shit gets bad. So those parts of the world dealing with climate change from the carbon output of places like America all year long, dude. And so maybe it's good that we're feeling it across the states. This is also part of global climate change.
I love that Sasha, when we were in our group chat, she was like, "This is what you fuckers get for praying for water." I was like, "Oh fuck, we got it." Because everyone, even after every post, even though people knew that people were dying, our homes were being flooded, and the
Thoughts and prayers.
Californians are still we needed it.
Oh my god.
Motherfuckers.
I
went to Trader Joe's yesterday.
Do I sound the same if I turn that off? I'm going to turn that off. I didn't like that.
I went to Trader Joe's yesterday with Alex, and dude, so first off, they were already, according to one of the employees there, they were already kind of getting ready for a shipment anyway. But because of the rain and the shit,
everything got slowed down.
Everything got
101 was closed for a while.
Yeah, so nobody had trucks.
Yeah.
So
food is selling off the shelf is empty.
I went into the fucking Trader Joe's and there was nothing. There weren't even fucking flowers.
The one here in Goleta.
The one here in Goleta,
yeah.
Dude. The entire racks of everything, potatoes, just
all the fresh produce that they normally get trucks
fucking gone
every day.
The only thing that was left there was like liquor. Oh my!
This is like something that we used to Okay, my hometown is Truckee. It's a very bougie place now. It was still kind of humble when I was growing up in the 90s. And we forever only had 2 grocery stores. And one was sort of off the beaten path, so like my folks would go there. And then one was on the beaten path. It was a Safeway, which is Vaughn's down here. But same. It literally has the exact same setup and everything. Safeway. So Safeway in Truckee for a time during this period when there was only 2 grocery stores in the town was legitimately the most busy of like the Vaughn's, Pavilion, Safeway fucking family of any individual store on the whole West Coast, because they'd have to get almost like 2 truckloads a day to deal with the amount of people coming there from the area.
Shit.
There's only 2 places, and then it's a tourist town, so twice a year like the population almost triples in size, which is super unsustainable for so many reasons. But yeah, dude, it was like Safeway used to just be a shit show.
Oh my god,
a shit show. But then like I mean, low key, the high schoolers would use it to their advantage. Like, you could just fill up a fucking cart of alcohol and walk out, and no one would say shit. And that was easier than trying to shoulder tap for booze because everyone's like, fuck off, kid. I ain't falling for that trick. But like, that's Safeway. Like, sorry guys, like we definitely stole liquor from you back in the day. But
That's
this is
hilarious.
This is long enough ago that the statute fucking does not touch me. I'm just saying, I'm being truthful. It's 2023.
If I'm gonna be truthful, I think there's only been one time in my entire childhood where I would offered someone older than me money to get me alcohol. I was like, here's a 20. Get me a 40 and you can have the rest.
Right, exactly. So we all just smoked weed because if you'd hit up that same, you'd be like, hey, will you buy me some beer? They'd be like, I don't know, man. We'd be like, well, I don't know. You got a nug? They'd be like, sure.
That's funny.
So we all just like smoked weed because it was so much easier. It was like, that was the same playing field for everyone. It was basically legal for everyone, or medicinally.
It wasn't until
legal.
my senior year of high school where I was like, all right, I'm going to be my own supporter of my weed habit.
Yo, but me too. Here's what's weird. Okay, maybe 13 when I first try weed. I don't necessarily. I'm not like really a pothead.
13?
Like, yeah, when I first tried weed, but
really
I wasn't.
young.
I wasn't. Well, this is the mountains, honey. This is what's so funny is like, here's my friend who grew up in a town that's like so much bigger than me, and Santa Barbara's you're like a town of like 80,000. I was like a town of like 11,000, and you'd think, oh, they should be sheltered in like that smaller town, but I actually find people are more sheltered in these bigger areas because I don't know. The community
Santa
like
Barbara
supports
is so
their youth
safe.
better. They support their youth better here. That's all. There's more activities. There's more things.
Now they do.
So there's a lot more. But even just having a
Recently.
Boys and Girls Club, like we had recreation center, whatever. The point is, weed was easy to get. It was easy to get, dude. And
That's
so
funny.
yes, at 13 I first tried it, but then like I didn't ever not smoke if offered from that point onward. Perhaps you could put it that way. But I wasn't seeking it either until like in high school. And God, this is going to make me seem like such a stellar citizen and character. It was the first time I bought weed was with my friend, Emily Abrams. Shout out, Emily. I fucking love you. And okay, legitimately the only one of my friends that still had her driver's license when all the rest of us either had DUIs or wet and recklesses or lost their license because of getting the threatened of either. So like 6 of my best girlfriends that all romp and rally together, all of us lose our licenses, and like Emily is the only one that's holding tough on the license. And we like live in a rural town, dude. Like, and luckily Emily and I don't live so far from each other in Tahoe Donner, so I could like bank on rides from Emily. So the first time I start buying weed is when like me and Emily are getting rides together, and my reciprocity, she was like the pothead compared to me then, right?
Yeah.
She was the one that was like, let's go buy an eighth and we can like split it. And I'd be like, I've never really bought weed before. Okay, let's do this. Like, you know, but I had a restaurant job and shit. I had money. I just didn't seek out pot. It found you. Like it was offered to you.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I'm like, maybe I'm fucking,
Especially at like that age too.
I was 17 and I'm like a year older than her. She's like 16 with her license and we're smoking weed and I'm learning how to first roll my little pregnant joints. Shout out to anyone that knows how to roll a joint. When you first learn, you fuck up. And you almost always get this little like lump at one side, right? And it's like the little pregnant joint. And then eventually you overcome. So, you know, just si se puede.
I hate the word pregnant.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, I am still trying, I guess. I'm hoping the universe will just bestow me with another pregnancy before they call me geriatric, which is in like 5 months, bro.
I feel like every other hour I'm asking Alex, I was like, when's my period coming? And he's next week.
Oh my God.
Because he's so good at tracking it for me.
This is where I would love to help you because I track mine, but for some odd reason, whereas most bitches that hang out together, like oddly have this acoustic alignment of their like hormones and their cycle, Danny and I are like on opposites now. But maybe it's because one of us had like, if you have like a near miss or whatever you want to call it, like basically all the time bodies are trying if you're not on birth control and it might just not stick. And Eric and I refer to those as near misses. I don't know about anybody in the medical community.
Near
but
misses.
For you all, this is our glossary right now. And so if maybe one of us had like a near miss.
We call those the...
So maybe we had a moment, you know what I mean? And then that threw us off. But normally we're like,
oh, thank God.
oh, thank God. So I would say, what's my cycle right now? It says that I'm in the middle of a fertility window that's predicted. And then
You're going to get pregnant right now?
this is the time to try for it. And I've been getting busy. And then it says the next time I could soonest get it thinks is January 23rd, more likely January 26th.
Alex says mine will
if
be
I
on
make it to
the
February
20th.
3rd without one, then I'm probably pregnant and should be able to tell on a stick. But yo, I get confused about this all the time. Like, what's the first day of a missed period, you know? Is it that most expected day on the 26th, or is it like this day after this whole window of prediction passes? You know what I mean? Like,
I think the prediction passage.
okay, like I'm overthinking it a little, but maybe not. It just feels like doctors are men and they just don't care, so they, they don't explain this shit.
You know what's crazy? Alex has this 28-day thing, so he says that I should have mine by the 20th, and then next month he already predicts that it should be around the 1st.
Okay, well, what I could have shown you from there too is the reason why more, which is like the older you get, the more you generally have regularity in your cycles. Oh my gosh, shout out all the men that are having to listen to this. You are learning for your ladies. You'll seem like you know what the fuck you're talking about. Take a little bit of interest. Women like that shit. Anyway,
I just want my period already.
so if you look at my actual boopity-boopty cycles here, you'll see that I have a period that generally comes about every 25 to like 31 days. I'm on most months it's like 28. If it's a little bit longer, that's like a month where Eric and I are like, maybe it was a near miss. But
a near miss.
Yeah, last time I had a near miss. That's why I was so
funny.
sad. I called Danny, apparently blacked out, like yelling
New
at my
Year's.
fucking poor husband, berating him for not being able to impregnate me.
You were so mean to him.
Oh, it's so sad, dude. I was like, yo, I don't like make excuses for myself. However, I will say, we were like basically Mile High Club flying all day. Like we went to Denver where Eric's like, hey, once a year we get to use these United club passes and get into their Flyers Club, and then you get a drink and eat for free.
So you're getting fucked up at the Denver airport?
So we're getting fucked up at the Denver airport because our flight keeps getting delayed, so we keep drinking.
Crazy conspiracy Denver airport?
I don't know, bro. Sure, that's where I'm at.
Did you see the Blue Horse?
Hold up. Then we fly from... No, I didn't. But then we flew from there
What?
to Santa Fe, which I found out is even higher in elevation than Denver. And then we were drinking... Not at the airport at that point, but then we were drinking with our friends because it's like we basically got in the evening. It's like 5. So we went to a pizza parlor, started drinking more beers. I'm not thinking about how much I've drank at all because when I travel, I tend to have a beer or two.
Yeah.
I don't think about it. When I'm with those friends where in college we all like used to drink so much together, I think my brain resets and thinks that I just have a higher tolerance than I do. And then all of a sudden the reality sets in that like I live at sea level. And me and my best friend Danny have done a better job of not drinking so much lately.
We have been doing really good.
Right. So then the like irony is that then you drink and you look like such a fucking mess and people are like, oh my God, are you okay, Eric? Like breathe. It's just, oh. And it's like, no.
That's sloppy.
You guys, I'm doing really good. I look this bad because I'm bad.
You wouldn't know it, but I'm actually happy.
I fucking promise. And the reason I'm only yelling is because I really want to be pregnant. It's like, what? Everyone's like, oh my God, run away, Eric.
Like,
Oh my God, she's psycho. End it. But he doesn't.
you could be psycho.
Well,
I think you...
thank you for noticing. I've worked really hard to be called out on being a psychopath to this point in my life.
I just think you have the ability to be a fucking psycho.
Nah, dude. Actually, opposite. You know why? Because I'm a super empath. And I think to be...
You don't think you can kill somebody?
Definitely not. It would haunt me. I got sad the last time I had to kill a spider. I was like, damn it. I was trying not to kill anything.
Really?
Oh, straight up. And it was a black widow. And I was like, well, my 4-year-old's here. Sorry, mister. I can't be here.
That's so funny.
But I felt bad, dude. I feel too much. I'm an empath. I like feeling. I feel too deeply. And it would stick with me forever. It would haunt me. So my dying days.
I went to the beach once.
She fucking grew up by the beach. Okay, yeah. Anyway, this is like when like 6-year-olds are like, oh man, this one time when I was little. And I'm like,
funny.
When?
So I went to the beach once, and there were these group of dope, fat fucking mussels.
Flock of seagulls?
There were seagulls there too, but there were these huge mussels, like
Were they on
fat.
men playing volleyball, or
No, you know what I'm talking about. Shut up. Not even here in town. Somewhere maybe a little past Gaviota.
you mean muscles like the oysters, like the like the clams, like they might eat the clams out there on the
exactly.
East Coast? Yeah.
And they were fresh and huge. Anyways, the tide was low, so I.
Don't we call them mussels? Are you talking about mussels?
I'm talking about mussels.
But it's not
Not clams, not oysters. Fucking mussels, the black ones with like the really pretty abalone
But mussels.
muscles.
Not to mussels and mussels.
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 Muzzle. Muzzle tough. Okay, go on.
So I
Oh wait, I should have done this. Muzzle top.
so mussels, right? Big fat juicy ones. So I had to open it. I had to see what
Do you
was
have a
inside.
bucket? Did you
No,
collect?
I just wanted to smash it with a rock because I wanted to see what was inside.
Ooh, I love it. This is so like primal.
So I grab the fucking thing and I smash it with a rock and I look over at Alex and he's just like, and he felt bad that we were
She
just
gave like a really
walking
big open eye look and like a
big
silent
open
like
eye.
closure of eyes, like not sure what to think. Like maybe she actually is the murderess I've always both wanted and been afraid to be with. Go on.
Anyways, we were walking away from, or I'm just like walking away from it because I'm just like, well, I'm done. This was fun. And he's like, "Aw." I'm like, look at the seagulls. And he looks up and he sees seagulls just like waiting.
Oh yeah, the flock of seagulls.
Yeah.
I was right. I knew this
like,
was.
circle
I
of
knew,
life,
I knew this
man.
was gonna be a flock
I'm
of seagulls.
feeding them.
I would walk 1,000 miles and. Oh, is it 500?
I don't know where we went for this, but it was really fun. If you ever get a chance to smash on some shells with animals in it,
Take that opportunity.
Take that
Might we call it an
opportunity.
opportunity?
It's like a smash room.
Where you maybe shouldn't do this is at the Sea Center, which they intentionally set up for children. So unless you're trying to traumatize an entire room of kids
I don't
at
think
the
they
same
have muscles
time,
there though.
they have softer things, softer body things.
like those squishy ones, like sea
but,
dicks.
but some of them aren't. I mean, they have like the, is it conch? Is it conch? They have like the mini, the sea snails with the shiny shells.
Like the SpongeBob ones, the magic conch.
Yeah, the ones you blow through.
Yeah.
They have really little versions of that, and so that might give you that satisfaction of a smash.
No, not those ones. It has to be like I said, a mussel.
I understand.
Maybe not even an oyster.
I'm just saying, please don't go wreak havoc at the Sea Center while my child is there. She's getting enough trauma from me being her mama, so let's just remember that, guys.
I actually don't enjoy mussels. I don't even like eating them. They're not that good.
Not even in a bath of butter. Hey, would you like a little mussel with that butter?
No.
But do you butter your muscles?
Yes.
Like body butter on muscles is the shit. My arms apparently are soft. Did you know that? So I now have so many tattoos. I almost have 2 full sleeves. I'm working on it. Plan is Friday the 13th. Danny and I are going to get our next tattoos. Some flashes down in LA. Super stoked. My girl Denise at Rain Was a Pain is doing that. And fuck you, don't show up and steal my spot. It's like 12 to 6, no appointments.
I'd be surprised if there was anyone there who was like, oh my God, I listened to your podcast. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so happy to meet you. I can't believe we're going to have tattoos together. This is everything I've been looking forward to.
Can I wait to see which flash she picks so that I can follow?
You're just the coolest person I've ever met, and you're so funny.
Danny,
Here's $10,000.
I knew it. I always knew that I had made it. So, by the time that someone showed up to get the same flash tattoo as me. Okay, you know what? God damn it. Anyway, the point about the arms. They're almost done, not quite. So more room for flash. However, I do moisturize quite a lot. And I love using our favorite product. We got to like plug these guys. We got to...
Is it the tattoo goo?
Is it the first sponsor we're going to go for?
I hope so.
Yo, sponsor us. Tattoo Goo, we love you. We have tattoos. We swear by you. You and Witch Hazel. You and Witch Hazel. The Witch Hazel from whatever that company was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doctor whatever the fuck. The one with the red cap guys.
It's right there.
Mr. Thayer's, Dr.
right
Thayer's.
here.
Oh, there it is.
I was just using it a little while ago.
So just like FYI, people get tattoos and no one really tells you what to do. You should really use this like Thayer's Witch Hazel shit in the early days. Like only wash it as hot as possible the first time because you want to make blood come back. And then try not to put anything on it like but the Thayer's if it's itchy. and that's the witch hazel. And then you follow with the tattoo goo, which Danny and I swear by. It's like a homeopathic recipe, so it's all natural and shit. It's got like, I don't know, just a bunch of things like calendula oil, and it's like sort of looks like a gel.
It's like a butter. It's like a ghee.
Yeah, exactly. Body butter kind of thing. But I put that on my arms all the time because it both like, when you're healing, it heals. And then it kind of like brightens them and makes them look good. So then like when we're in New Mexico and it's dry AF and everyone's dry. My poor friends that moved there a year ago have like the ever bleeding nail beds that they can't figure out. Yeah, it's sad. And like the sister-in-law, like at some point, like lovingly embraces my arm and
that
is like,
hurt me.
And she's like,
I don't want to look at you.
She's like, oh my gosh, your arms are so soft. And I was like, ooh, are they?
Oh, soft, like soft and touch.
Yeah, I was like soft because everyone was dry in New Mexico, but I still had moisturized arms because of all my tattoos and how well I take care of my shit now.
Just get tattooed, guys.
Hey, it is. I did tell my dermatologist when I saw him, I was like, this is my fucking skin cancer plan. And he's like, it's a great plan, but do make sure you look inside those because, you know, people will miss stuff in their tattoos. I said, but now I wear sunscreen, whereas I did not before. Thereby, that's my plan. He's like, oh. Because I think he thought I meant, like, the ink. I was like, no, I know the ink isn't protecting me. I mean, like, I'm protecting the ink from the sun and thereby protecting my skin.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yo, this is my investment, dude. I had the displeasure of looking down my Venmo, trying to see when JD had last paid me, and I'm like... I don't even have to look at the amount. I'm just like, Vinay, Denise, Vinay. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, every time that pops up, that's a tattoo. I'm like, oh, shit. So I have a whole tracker. Eric's like, did you keep track? I'm like, yes, basically. It's all there in Venmo.
Technically, I did.
I mean, there was like the one you gifted me that it wasn't in there. And then like, you know, a cash one I probably paid. Friday's going to be cash.
So lately, because of our podcast on our socials, I've been leaving my inbox kind of open, like to the public.
Oh my goodness, I love this. But have you told them? Wait, like DM your DM? Oh yeah,
I'm trying to leave my stuff open.
Oh, have you gotten any blue checks recently?
No,
but I have, but she's just one of my best friends.
Your friend has a blue check?
Yes. Hashtag the Herb Som at the Herb Som. Sorry, shout out the Herb Som. Jamie, she now has a Greek last name, but it was Jamie Evans. She might still do Jamie Evans with the, you know, people that get famous before they get married, that kind of shit. She's Jamie a blue check.
Evans sounds like
the Herb Som name, which is also amazing because like, yo, dude, I am like 10,000 times the pothead that Jamie ever was, but she's the refined angle. She came in through the wine industry angle, so she's like terpenes and terroir, and she does these fancy tastings for rich people in San Francisco, where it'll be like a full table setting, and she has like a caterer come and they do like weed infused foods, and then she'll have like a beautiful display, like I mean, like it's like some set meal for like $300, dude, and like people pay and they just get this weed experience that's supposed to be like wine tasting with weed.
Is she able to like actually
she makes money?
No, I believe you, but is she able to measure the amount of actual milligrams that are in, or does she just know that like
everything is in collaboration? So if she's sort of the the person who's the event planner and like sort of guiding everyone on this tour, she'll like enlist the different companies, like a vaporizer she wants to feature, or there's this company Levo Oil, Levo. It's like a machine that you
can't imagine going on a
home make
tour
THC
like
extracts and CBD extracts for using in culinary.
I would just fall asleep.
Well, they kind of hit it from all angles. Like you get like a light. It's probably like 10 milligram treats here. That. Dude, I'm sure she has to keep track because I know she does not send them all home comatose. But I'd imagine also it's like you've got to have Uber on hand because
I'm not going home
unless
I'm in comatose.
Yeah, but you and I are potheads. Like, if I'm gonna pay $300 for like a weed experience, I hope that I'm hitting like
I'm leaving fucked up.
I'm like smoking with
I'm
like
blacking out.
Cheech and Chong. I'm hitting a 1 foot long joint. That's what I'm talking about for $300. Passing out, bro.
That would probably taste really good.
Have you ever smoked a full ounce joint before? I have. It was terrible. It was like trying to smoke a campfire because it's so wide and so big and it gets so embered and hot at the end that the smoke that's coming through is just basically like burning the shit out of you. One of our buddies in college had like
Was it-
illegal weed dispensary for medicinal in the Valley, and we all went to UCLA. Lester, shout out Lester, wherever the fuck you're at.
I hate that name.
Well, Lester was the man, dude. And he would, like, let us come in after hours, sometimes hang out. Oh, shit, I hope I'm not putting him on blast. I mean, this is fucking 2007, you know? This is so long ago. Anyway, one point, they had this fucking 1 ounce joint that they rolled as a joke, I think, and it sat for just months and months. Nobody bought this sucker. So it's 420. The occasion's right. Lester says, fuck it. Let's light it up. And we do. And it was super fun for like the first pass and then increasingly punishing. Just so hard to smoke. Have you ever smoked something so hot that your whole lips and tongue turns numb?
We should make a gravity bong.
It was lips and tongue numb, dude. You were like, I think I'm high, but I just feel like I'm assaulting myself with smoke. I don't know if this is okay.
I gotta make a fucking gravity bong.
Yo, I haven't made one of those in so long.
Look, I have the shit to do it. Mm-hmm. Let's fucking do it. Anyway.
You know what I haven't done in a long time either that I used to do? Knife hits. Like hash, cut like get like a solo cup and you cut a hole in the bottom. And then you do knife hits. You got like these burning elements like you do electric and you put 2 knives. Oh, you ruin your knives. But you put 2 knives in there till they get red hot. You put a little dab of hash on one and you put the 2 knives together and it instantly vaporizes it. And then you catch it with the cup.
Alex and I once did that with a broken cartridge.
It's like pretty much like you're freebasing weed, but for some reason when it's like weed, no one cares. Like
you're a fucking crackhead.
A knife hit is definitely not that far off from whatever those guys do.
Your spoon and get your foil,
right,
and then you just like press it together, and then at a certain like degree,
God, it's so
if you just like inhale, you'll get it right to the brain.
Fuck, dude! I tell you about the time that I came up to Santa Barbara on a Greyhound, and someone who definitely just newly been released from LA County thought, oh, who better to talk to but this girl? And a loud enough voice that I was kind of desperately looking at the other passengers like they know I exist, so I'm probably safe. But it was like objectionable enough stuff we were talking about that I didn't feel comfortable being like, hey, please don't fucking talk to me, because I didn't want to like change in his positivity, let's say. He was like really happy and positive as he shared with me how to make crack, allegedly. And then was telling me, you know the reason they call it crack, right? And I'm like, oh my God, no. Why is it?
Tell me.
Well, in his case, and okay, why I think they call it crack is because when you're making the shit, when you're cooking it up, it crackles and pops. I'm pretty sure that's why it's called crack.
Oh.
But this guy is just a crackhead that was going wild with his story time. And he's like, well, we make this shit up and then we press it with this shit and then we park it underneath a tire all night of a car in like foil. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, and then the next day you gotta get it out and you gotta make it break up again so you can sell it. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, and you take like one of those heavy hammers or a flashlight and you hit it. I'm like, okay. And he goes, and you know the sound you make? I'm like, no. And he's like, crack, and that's why we call it crack. Oh my God! I was like, bro, I don't think that's even true. But I mean, I'm not gonna correct you. Fuck. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like trying to act like this is information that somehow is like helpful to me. I'm like,
I feel like that's why they called it
man.
crystal, like crystal meth, because when it was broken into bigger chunks, it
looks like crystals. Yes. I mean, normally there's some derivative, but I think they call it crack because it snap, crackle, pops when you make it, dude. I mean,
that's fucking
Hey, like,
funny.
I hate to call out one of my buddies, but Cody, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that why they call it crack? Fucking, I'm going to make you listen to this episode because I called you out.
There's a chemist upstairs.
Well, maybe the chemist would know. Either
you know
way,
what's funny?
Just
Yesterday
saying,
we went to
just
urgent
saying.
care, and he was prescribed medications to, alleviate his, symptoms, and he had to sign a waiver because he's a scientist.
Oh, no
he
shit.
Had to
That's
promise
insane. What?
not to make a meth.
How did they know that? He was a scientist.
Well, they were just like talking like he is.
Oh my gosh. And then they said, wait, we're going to have to above
him
him.
and the
so
doctor.
let me guess, if he was like a pharmacologist or something, a pharmacist, right? He would probably have to do the same thing because of the same reason. Those guys know how to mix up things. They're pretty much chemists
Probably.
too. Yeah.
But yeah, before he left, he had to sign a waiver basically promising that he wasn't going to make meth out of the medication.
I promise I am not Walter White.
It was so
God,
funny.
it's like he's like the cooler or like Russian like hacky version of it. Like, my name is Alex. I am in Goleta.
I feel like Even though I've heard a lot of people have Russian, like
that was not me doing Russian. I don't want to make fun of your
Russian,
boyfriend's accent.
No, I think
I can do a pretty convincing Russian accent.
It's like the sexiest thing I've ever heard in the world anyway. So even when people do have Russian accents or like try to mimic it, it sounds nothing like it.
It sounds too clunky.
Even when his mom would speak to me, I'm just like, that's not when people have pretend Russian accents. It's
because most people go Brostrovia. Like, would you like to eat from a Russian restaurant like this?
That's not even like, that's probably like Bulgarian, like
Ukrainian or something.
Straight up like vampire fucking people.
I haven't been like practicing any accents from that part of the world recent enough to feel like I could nail anything, but I think at times past I can do it pretty convincing. Sort of, let's call it like a Soviet bloc accent, and then that sort of covers the territory you were talking about.
It's super funny. I love his accent. It's
my God, speaking of which, do you guys have a record player?
No.
Okay, well, next time you and Alex need to come over for dinner, and I have a record that I just bought for shits and giggles before I knew Alex years ago. That's like it's kind of awesome. It's like some Russian like rock star from 70s or 80s, and he's doing all of these awesome like his own cover versions of these pretty popularized American songs, but it's definitely during Soviet Union, like Russia.
Wait. So we got off track. I've been leaving my DMs open.
Oh, sorry. Oh my God. You guys. Is it the ADD?
Yes. And I get to... So I leave my DMs open. And
I'm here. I'm focusing.
So this guy messages me and he's like, "Hi, beautiful lady." And I usually just ignore those because I don't need to, engage.
Because he's not a blue check. Not like Jamie.
All I'm saying is it didn't go that. Anyways, I get another message maybe like a few weeks later. And it's, "I really need your help."
What?
And he had posted a status about his daughter being in the hospital.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so he's going on about just daughter in hospital and illness. Nothing.
But do you know this person directly?
No,
or
not
just
at all.
they popped into the messages?
I have no idea who this person is. He's from like Tennessee or something.
The only 10 I see.
He's also military.
Oh, he's looking for a wifey.
It was just like, this is his background on Facebook. Anyway, so he messages me. I'll show you blueprints in just a bit. But he's messaging me. And, he's asking for, donation help. And I'm just like, I can offer you sympathy and prayer. That's what I can offer you. Oh, truly, as a person. And I can be here if you need someone to talk to. Or
why don't you start a campaign and hit up people you actually know or that care about your daughter?
Church communities. I'm giving him all these,
kinds of resources.
What I can do to help as far as... Anyway, he's like, "No, my doctor wants $2,000 right now." And I was like, "Oh,
doctor sounds like a drug dealer.
Are you able to contact like your community church, just whatever it is,
or like a pimp,
like you're in the military, like
yo, where's my $2,000?
Yeah,
where are my 2 G's?"
Anyway, I'm starting to think it's a scam because the next message was, "You want my daughter to die?" I was like, that's fucking rude.
Yo, dude, like, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Also, I got my own shit. Also, like, whatever, dude. Predate on someone who has money.
At one point, I was like, people die.
I mean, why don't you hit up, like, some old lady like everybody else that's trying to scam on people?
It was intense, though.
If you're going to be a con artist, at least be a con artist.
Speaking of con artists, my old Instagram...
Oh, yeah. It's still happening.
It's still happening. It's
Here, put it out right now.
Fucking active.
You know who they hit up? They hit up Eric.
Eric?
Eric was like, "Is Eli... what was your name on there? It was
Eli Riot.
Eli Riot. Is that Danny?" I was like, "Not anymore." I said, "That's fake account." I said, "Flag it and tell him to fuck right off."
Yeah. I've been telling everybody to flag them for impersonating.
Instagram
has no fucking number to call. I've emailed them twice. I have called, like...
These guys are vicious, too. Like, when I first told them to fuck off, they tried to call me, which is the first... I didn't even know you could actually do that on Instagram until these people are trying to call me, and I knew they were con people from,
they're being
the Caribbean or something.
I'm getting so many messages from so many different other people.
You said they like the Caribbean, right? Or something. They're like,
here.
Should we call them right now? Can you call
No,
them? Let's call them.
I don't think I can.
Can I call them?
They blocked me. Yeah, see if you can.
I blocked them though, so maybe I can't.
So when they originally hacked my Instagram, they hacked through another girl that I know. Anyway, they sent me pictures of their guns that they had. Look at these fucking Glocks. Anyways, if you report me, I'll be coming for you. And I said, I'm reporting you now.
Oh my goodness.
And
Okay, I'm reporting them again. I'm saying that
that's not, that one's me though.
I know, because they said, who is this account pretending to be?
Oh, cool. Anyways.
And I'm submitting the report to try and further bolster your shit. It says, thank you, we received your report. And then it's awaiting a review. And then a decision will be made. Yeah, you're like the same decision you made last time, Instagram.
Yeah.
To let him sit there with 623 followers as a private account and reach out to people periodically, you fuck.
Poor ass fucking people. Anyways, this is their messages to me.
I don't give a damn, okay? You gonna suck my dick, you fucking bitch. If I get your mother, I'm gonna fuck your mother, fuck your junior sister, fuck your cousin, suck my dick, bitch. I'm coming for you. I'm gonna blow your head off. You bastard bitch. You want to get joy?
Yo, don't you want to like sample that for some hard ass song?
Yo, dude, that shit is the start to my next album. And
Yo.
we'd be like, whoop, whoop, he coming for you. Whoop, 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 he coming for you. Whoop,
Coming with the
whoop,
Glock and
whoop, he
suck
coming
my
for you.
dick and coming with the
Woo,
Glock.
woo.
Suck my
Your
dick.
little
I wanna
sister,
fuck your
your
mother.
mama, your little sister, your mama.
Wait, but listen to this next one.
Motherfucker.
The next time I'm gonna ask your papa and your mama. If I
Hack.
come to your house, I'm gonna fuck your mother.
Oh,
I'm gonna scatter his pussy.
wow.
You know I'm a Curtis.
I kind of like their accent.
They're like, they think they're clever.
Yeah,
they're
they
like
think they're
laughing.
so funny.
It's like both like not that fucking. It's really like it's.
These are my
How do you say?
replies.
That's like the blandest shit that you could possibly like. You don't. She says you don't have a dick, lol, and he does a bunch of crying faces. You all sound like you suck dicks, and they do a bunch of crying, laughing faces. And Danny says, "I'm gonna sample your nigga, put it on a song." With your right, you like that fix? With Rays in the jungle ass. Ooh-wee. Damn, Danny, I can't say shit like that. I ain't as brown as you, dude. Like,
Look at these messages back.
You said I don't have a dick. Come suck my dick. It's very big.
okay, that's actually
If you
funny.
take my dick,
God,
I swear
so
to
my
God, you're not
dick
gonna
is.
survive anymore.
Wait. Can that be a thing we say on this show now?
Come
You
suck
don't think
my-
I have a dick? Consult my dick. It's very big. Okay. The other ones weren't that funny. They were just kind of stupid and vile. That one is fucking pretty funny.
Go fuck, man.
You don't think I have a dick?
Anyways, those are
Consult my dick, it's
those are
very
the
big.
voices of the people behind Eli Riot's Psycho Crypt Instagram.
I think. What do you guys think? That's like definitely got some Caribbean vibes.
Motherfuckers.
They could be Belizean. But Belizeans are too chill for that. They say you better believe it. They're just like chilling.
They got me.
Fuckers.
They got my Instagram.
Damn, son. A
All
while ago.
600 followers.
Ah, I fucked up. Now I don't know how much time we're at. God damn it. Well, I think we were probably at like 40 something, and now we're at 4 more minutes. This sucks. I hit pause, and I'm supposed to hit play, and I hit record after, and then that ended it. But that's fine. It's just not fine because I don't know what time it is. But
Should
I
we
think
sign off soon?
this has been 4 minutes. It's 4:19. I think we started at about 3:30. So there we go. We're at like 45 minutes. No, we can keep talking. I mean, as long as whatever we want. I don't even think Eric actually told me what the fuck time he wanted me to pick him up.
So,
Okay,
Yeah.
I have a meeting 4 to 4:30. So let's aim for 4:30. All right, fine. That's 10 minutes from now. I'm like 5 minutes from him. We could wrap it in 5.
tight.
A tight little 5.
Oh, man. So Rain's going to be coming. Rain's coming.
To pull this full circle, we've been wet, we're still wet, and we're gonna get wet again.
And please report the Eli Riot Psycho Crypt Instagram to Instagram. Instagram, you fucking suck. I've been trying to get to you guys. I need some answers, something. I would
Tell
like
them
my
the handle-
followers back.
Tell our people the handle that's fake, and then tell them the handle that's real, because it just asked me to like say who the real person.
Well,
they're
Danny
impostering
Loza,
is.
that's me. Like, that's my name.
Yeah, but
Eli Riot Psycho Crypt has nothing to do with Danny Loza as far as label name. So that's why I had to go back to my original person.
darn.
Yeah, now I have to be
Those
me.
damn Caribbeans stole
stole my
our shit.
just stole my identity.
They took
My made up identity.
Yeah, they took your alter ego. That's hilarious, dude. I mean,
You know what though? If my alter ego can have a voice,
Oh my gosh.
that's definitely how I would want it to
maybe,
sound.
Holy shit. Maybe this is like the truest form of manifestation. You actually created
Do you
in
hear
real
how hard
life.
those motherfuckers are?
You created a real version of your alternate self.
They sent me pictures of guns.
As
I
a-
was like, damn, that's cool.
Consult my dick about it. It's real big.
Motherfuckers.
Chew on that shit. Yeah.
That shit makes me fucking boil. It takes a lot for me to get like angry.
Well,
That's definitely one of them, especially when it first happened.
trash
because
talkers too.
They did what everyone's messaging me like, why'd you need my number? I'm like, oh, bro, don't give it
Why
to
did you
them.
ask for my bank account? Why did you say that you'll be in touch shortly with a Nigerian prince? What's going on in your life, Danielle?
God damn, it was so fucked. I got people messaging me. People I don't even like. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, I'm sorry.
Okay, dude. Let me see. I started to write something for Lewis's birthday roast, which is tomorrow. I have to fix parts of it. I read it to Eric.
I
He
have
thought it was
work
funny
tomorrow.
enough.
That suck. Maybe I'll just not go.
Come
It's just one day.
after?
It's like 4 hours. It ends at 9.
Oh, balls.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. It might just be rainy and weird tomorrow.
It might be rainy and weird tomorrow. I'm gonna see if I can get it covered.
Yo, dude, I was trying to think about this. Like, we're about to buy an electric vehicle, me and Eric, and that made me think about progress. But then I also felt like it was a slight regression because, like, I'm soon gonna be an adult owner of an electric car, but like, I actually owned one before, bro. Like when I was my 4-year-old self, I had a Power Wheel Jeep. You know what I mean? Like, and I used to buzz around in that little son of a bitch. And I think I figured out my issue. You know, I recently like revised myself down to confident driver from good driver after my most recent accident. I think I know why. I think it's because I started driving like a tiny electric Jeep when I was like 3 or 4 years old, and I thought I was the shit. And I was like, this is it. Like, I can't wait. And then that got piggybacked when I was like 10, or not 10, when I was like 12 or 13, middle school years. One of my best friends at the time, Carrie, her dad like would take us out to these dirt roads around like the reservoir in our hometown, and he'd have a 6-pack and he'd like let us just take turns driving out like on dirt roads. But then by the time he's done with the 6-pack, he can't fucking drive. So then he's like, well, one of you girls is gonna have to use those skills and
That's
drive us home.
hilarious.
And I'm like, Carrie's fucking, she's like a person who probably identified with anxiety at that point in her life. You know what I mean? Like, and she's like in middle school. Like, I'm not. So I'm like, of course, I'm like, bring it on, bitch. Like, I'm like, I can do this. But I'm also like a skinny, tiny person at this age. So I'm like trying to sit on like the proverbial phone book and make myself look taller and such, driving these back roads between like there and then my friend's home. And I get us there safely. So I'm feeling like, I know what I'm doing. And then you remember I told you the first time I got high, I was like 13. It was like literally my friend's 13th birthday. It's like June 16th. Like half of us go out with her big brother, who's like 4 years older than us.
So you just turned 13.
Bro,
You're on the
I
24th.
had just turned 13 May 24th, and then Natalie's birthday is June 16th, and then Joe and Rick take us out. Like, I don't know why, but like half the group of like 13-year-olds goes off-roading with like the 17-year-olds or 16-year-olds, and then the other half stays back, and they're like waiting to do birthday cake on the half of us that go. And somehow that night, too, I ended up driving. I both smoked my first weed and was driving. I was like, this is just bad for me. Dude, I hit the pipe so hard when I coughed. We're out
Threw
like
up?
in the bush. No, not like that. That'd be silly. It was like this. I went like, I lit it. I smoked it. I went, and I like threw it like 12 feet away from me to the bush. It's like dark of night out in the dirt. They're like, what the fuck, bro? Like, this is before people really had nice cell phones. I think we had flip phones with it was like some people had the luxury flip phone with the light on it and some people did not. Like,
That's
it
hilarious.
was not, that was like not yet
Like the razor.
bro, it was not yet a feature of every phone. I will say that.
That's fucking funny.
So this is like that era. I probably have a Nokia brick.
I think sometimes to this day, if I smoke too hard, like I'll salivate at the mouth and just like cough, throw up salivations.
So finishing my revision, right? So I thought I was a great driver because I've been like driving at 3, driving at 13. You know what I mean? Driving at 16. I got a DUI when I was 17. I still thought I was a good driver. I was like,
I got a DUI at 17.
I was like, I overcorrected and rolled that car. That was my fault. Like, shit.
You rolled a car. Oh, I remember.
It was a Honda CR-V. Those things have like double, you know, when you fold down to like block the sun,
That's
sunshade.
fucked up.
Every
DUI.
sunshade in that car tells you that car is going to flip if you ever do that. And it fucking sure did. Like, it rolled, you know?
This is the first time I'm realizing that we both had a DUI at 17.
But so I'm about to get this new electric vehicle, right? And I'm like, bro, I think I'm actually finally recognizing that I'm not a great driver. But it feels like progress because I'm going to drive like an electric vehicle. But it also feels like regression because I'm going to be a 3-year-old again with an electric vehicle. Like,
Full circle.
yeah, bro, I'm finally going to be able to plug that shit in and just charge it right at my house, just like I did when I was 3. Tool around the neighborhood and feel like I'm not such a horrible driver.
That's fucking funny.
That's your
I knew I
ending
was a
story for
reckless
today.
driver. With every vehicle with some kind of motor that I've been on, I have managed to fall off of, flip, or brake.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
But for funsies.
And on that note, my challenge to Danny in this new year is to get her license back.
Ugh.
You can do it without having to drive that much, bro. I think I just challenge you. It's a new year. It's new chance for whatever the fuck.
Being the passenger princess. And all.
Well, you still won't own a car, so you still probably will be. But at least you'll have the tool of a license. And my eventual aim will be every now and again, I might be able to get you to drive up to my studio so we can record up there. Ooh. Challenge yourself.
Today's episode has brought to you by me.
Was brought to you by Danny's Salmon, which was slamming. It was the slammin' salmon. It was my lunch dinner. It was my dinner, and I am so grateful.
That was really good, wasn't it?
It was hella good, dude.
Yeah.
And she like had all fancy. It was all fake mashed potatoes made with cauliflower and broccoli on the side.
It's healthier.
But then she also had real potatoes.
Right. But less potatoes that
and
you wouldn't eat.
roasted. And roasted, so they don't have like butter and milk. And
They
whatever.
definitely have butter, but butter is keto style.
Well,
It's good to have butter in your diet.
that's ghee.
Whatever.
It
It wasn't a lot of butter.
All right, guys, we love you. It's been episode 12, I guess.
So show us love.
Show us love on our dozen, and next time,
Leave
oh my gosh,
comments.
oh my
Even
gosh,
leave
oh my gosh,
mean comments.
oh my gosh! I just realized this is our dozen. Next time is Baker's dozen, aka 13, and it'll happen after the 13th when we get our next tattoo
on Friday the 13th.
Yes. So tune in next time.
So is next episode our Baker's episode?
It's our Baker's dozen next time, and what we'll do is record audio at the shop when we presumably are getting blasted with our flashes in LA at Rainbows of Pain. Denise Pinto, the shit. We love you guys. This has been breezy.
And this has been Hector.
Hector Hernando. Hoy, shikalaka.
Bye.